Okay, I think we are finally up and running, guys. I apologize very much for the delayed start. I actually had intentions of starting early tonight. I came in here at about 5 after 10, thinking that we were going to work on selling some unsold teams and a few odds and ends by starting the broadcast early, but guess what? My broadcast software had other ideas. Yeah, so after rebooting it a total of 3 times, we are finally up and running 30 minutes after I started trying to get us up and running, and about 20 minutes later than we were supposed to start. So again, I apologize for that. I don't know what happens to it. When broadcast software works, it is great. When it crashes and does something weird, you have to reboot it repeatedly to get it going, and so here we are. I think my whole week's been this way. But anyway, we're not going to worry about the unsold teams at this point because obviously we're a little bit later getting started than I intended to be anyway. So let's just get started. First up, we're going to have a half case of 2011 Panini Prime Signatures Football. That is a 5-box break. After that, we will do certified cuts, and after that, Bowman Chrome Baseball. That's kind of the order for tonight. First up, of course, is our 5-box 2011 Panini Prime Signatures half case break number 42, which means it is the 42nd time we have broken it. And, of course, our end date was tonight, 10/12. Our live stream schedule should have been 10:15. I was here at 10:15. I was here trying to get us up at 5 after 10, but did not work out that way. Finally got started more like 10:32 or 3. Anyway, our team names are on the left, our winning bidders across from it on the right. Anything you see that says no bids buyback, that is an unsold team, so if anything comes out for that, it'll stay here with me. Normally, that would have been available for sale prior to the start of the break, but again, due to all the fun times I had getting the stream initiated, we're skipping that part tonight. And the software, honestly, guys, it's still acting a little funky, just to be perfectly blunt. It's still showing me really high CPU usage and other stuff that is abnormal. So if all of a sudden the live stream goes down, be aware that I will get it back up and running as soon as I can, because it may. I hope it doesn't, but it may, because it is giving me all kinds of funky messages and things over there right now. So this Panini Prime Signatures, as you know, this is or you may not know, you may not have been in the first part of the break, but this is the back half of the case that we started a few days ago. So that's why the boxes were already out and ready to go. What happens is when I start a brand new case, if we're only breaking part of that case, I take out all of the boxes and number them on the end, and then we let random.org determine which boxes are opened in which break. Of course, when we get to the back half of the case, then yeah, it's only the boxes that are left, so we don't have to worry about which ones are which. Prime Signatures, of course, was free shipping. This is I think the only break tonight that we had that was totally free shipping for the buyers. And free shipping things go out once per week. So look for this to go out shipping about this time next week. And if you have another package that goes sooner than that, you know, these cards would most of the time would hitch a ride and get to you sooner. But if the only thing you have coming would be something from a free shipping break, then yeah, look for it to go out about a week from today. That's about the only way to make free shipping possible on stuff with lots of cards in it, is the hope that we can combine a few things and make it a little more affordable. And I'm going to adjust our focus slightly. I did take the autofocus off. I'm sure you saw me do that, but that's so we can look at them up a little bit closer. First up is Rosie Greer to $4.99 for the Rams. Maurice Jones-Drew to $4.99 for the Jags. D'Angelo Williams to $99 for the Panthers. Our first hit is for the Raiders. That is Taiwan Jones, and it is an on-card auto numbered to 249 on that one. I did see a redemption in here. We are going to have a redemption coming up, and it is going to be expired, but you do still want to redeem it. Joe Montana to $4.99, Michael Crabtree to $4.99, James Laurentis to $25 for the Rams. There is our redemption. So, yeah, even though it's expired, still put it in your Panini account just like you normally would. KJ Wright is our next hit. That's to $1.99 for the Seahawks. That one is a sticker auto. And then if Panini has it, they will ship it to you usually in 4 or 5 weeks. If they don't have it, that's another matter. Ryan Kerrigan to $25 for the Redskins. That one is also a sticker auto. So if you redeem it and it's been 6 or 8 weeks. If it's been 6 or 8 weeks after you have redeemed it, you still haven't gotten your card, at that point, I would suggest that you reach out to Panini and work with them. They will help you generally find a replacement card in the case where they don't have something. So the first one is Adrian Claiborne, and I will go to the checklist and verify what team that is momentarily. Our second one is Bilal Powell. I never say that name right. So those are the two that we have. Let me get to, let's get to the checklist. We'll verify the team, and then it should also tell us, because it's the Panini website, it will usually tell us as well what something is going to be numbered to, unlike the the Topps website, which does not tell you what it's going to be numbered to. For those of you who may have jumped in late, I apologize again for the late start. I had trouble with the lovely broadcast software, so my plans to start early actually ended up not working out, but I guess it's a good thing I still tried to start early, because otherwise we would have been still yet another 10 minutes later getting started than we actually turned out to be. And the weird thing about it is, like, it was set up and ready to go, and I walk downstairs, and I come back upstairs, and I try to initiate the stream, and no, there you go. But anyway, what are you going to do? All right, this is Rookie Signature Silver. Card number 177. Let me just find this in the checklist. So that is for the Buccaneers, and it will be to $1.99 according to the Panini website. Fiddle. I'm telling you what, man. It has been one of those weeks for me. I can't even write the slash to $1.99 on the thing right. It's definitely been just one of those weeks. One of those, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong kind of things. This one for the Jets is to $99. Let's see if I can manage to get that one on there right. At least it's just on the sleeve, so it's not written on the card with my big old typo. So let's take a look at our hits out of 2011 Prime. We have a redemption for the Jets to $99. We have a redemption for the Bucks to $199, despite my terrible typo, yet written by hand, that makes it look like it's $9.99. It's really to $1.99. The Ryan Kerrigan to $25 for the Redskins. The KJ Wright to $1.99 for the Seahawks. Taiwan Jones to $2.49 for the Raiders. And then, of course, our next break of Prime Signatures will be starting a brand new case, because this one did finish up the back end of another case. That's going to bring us to the back end of a case of Donruss Certified Cuts. And man, this just was terrible tonight. Holy cow, we won't be opening Donruss Certified Cuts anymore. Yeah, I lost, I think I lost a round between both breaks, probably right at $500 to $600 on Donruss Certified Cuts. So clearly Not a product that you guys are fond of, it would seem. And I see Cubbies fan is in there. You'll forgive me if the Cubs win. You know, the Nationals were ahead, I think, the last that I saw. But again, I've been sitting in front of this lovely computer for the last 45 minutes, so I don't know. But maybe they've caught up. I hope they have, Cubbies fan. So next up, 6 boxes of 2017 Donruss Certified Cuts football. This is a half case break number 2, so the back half of the case. And once again, the teams that you see designated as no bids buyback are unsold teams. So if anything comes out for one of them, it hangs out here with me. This particular group also had a separate bidding category for non-football cards. You will see that right here, right down here at the bottom. And so, you know, if we pull out something for an actor or an actress or a political figure, a military figure, I mean, there's lots of different options of things that could be pulled that are not football players or football coaches or whatever. And so if we pull one of those, it would go to that category. Otherwise, it would go to its associated team. Oh, the Cubs are now at 8-4. Holy Moses. That is crazy. That was not at all the score when I last came in. In fact, let me think about this. Scherzer was pitching, if I'm remembering correctly. And right as I was turning it off to come in here and what I thought was going to be get us started early tonight, turned out obviously not to be the case, somebody had just gotten on base. So apparently a lot happened after that. Paul, you are asking for the Falcons. Well, I tell you what, man, I had every intention of selling the unsold teams at the beginning of the night, as well as opening up to try to work out impeccable football in random teams. But obviously then, after my lovely technical issue slowed us down, I didn't get either one done. So I can tell you what I don't even know if I'm sure the spreadsheet's in here, but I don't think I opened it up after I rebooted the last time. Yeah, so, I mean, if you wanted them, we'd be looking at something, what is this thing doing? We would be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 bucks shipped. So if you still want them, you can let me know. We would have to do the PayPal after the fact, though. I don't want to hold you guys up any farther than we already are, considering how the night has gone. Yeah, I know. I mean, I hear you, Cubbies fan. Seriously, like, I was in here ready to go. Every intention of, at 10:05, going live, working on getting impeccable football sold, selling our few little unsold teams. I was all happy because I was ahead of schedule. I was actually going to be going up like, instead of 10 after, or, I was going to be ready to go at 5 after. I was all excited, and then boom. Yeah. So not how things have gone. But the whole week has been like that. I mean, the whole week has just been like one thing after another, it seems like. All right, Paul, I will put you in then for the Falcons. And I will have to, I don't know if I can even get, I'll probably have to do your PayPal request. Well, let me see if I've got it up. I don't really know if I do or not, but maybe see if I can get it up real quick and get that over to you before we start sorting. Because obviously I didn't, once all this started happening, I didn't do anything other than open the main spreadsheet and get random up because I was freaked out about how late we were and how long everything was going. So I didn't have PayPal up or anything. So bear with me here, and I will get that in for you, Paul. And that is 2 L's. I'm not looking at that as a typo, right? That is Paull that you have typed in there. Just want to make sure. If you don't see this in your inbox, look for it in your spam. I don't know why some people get them with no problem and other people like never get them. I think maybe sometimes it just gets filtered out and you never see it at all, but I've never quite figured out what happens to some of that. All right, so there we go. I just sent that over to you. You should have it now, and it should be in your email. And let's go ahead. We may as well just start looking at this first group, and I kind of laid them out pack by pack. I don't really know why. I guess I could have just done one big stack, but I did not. Bob Lilly to $3.99 for the Cowboys. It's our little dummy blank decoy card, whatever you want to call those things. Warren Moon to $99. And shipping on this, on certified cuts and on the Bowman Chrome baseball that comes behind it, I'm expecting will probably be, let's see, probably Tuesday. And I'll try to get it to you sooner. I always try to get it to you sooner, but I'm guessing Tuesday. Our first hit is Taco Charlton for the Cowboys to $99. Cool, Paul. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. One of these days, we're gonna figure out an easier, better way to do that. That's to $3.99 for the Jets. I think by trial and error, we'll figure out how to do it. That's to $99 on the O.J. Howard for the Bucks. Because it's easy, like when it actually shows up in somebody's email. The problem is the times when it doesn't. DeMarco Murray to $99 for the Titans. Haven't figured out a good workaround yet for when it doesn't show up. Josh Reynolds to $2.99, the Rams. Of course, the Rams had a lot of hits in the first half of this case, too, and they're rolling right on with them. You've got a little bit of material up there, and then, of course, they've got that made to look like a cut signature. And there's black ink on, obviously, that kind of, whatever you want to call it, beige sort of cardstock. There's a red ink on a red cardstock. There's green on green cardstock. And they're not numbered, but they are limited all the way down to 1 of 1. There's a green, a blue, and a red. And one of them is to 25. One of them is a 1 of 1, and the other one I think was to 10. So if we hit one of those, I'll have to look that up again. Modern Day Heroes, AJ Green for the Bengals. But it's kind of weird that they have it, not numbered, yet it is extremely limited. So it's kind of odd that they didn't number it. Earl Campbell, of course, the Oilers go to the Tennessee Titans. Any Oilers card always goes to the Titans because that is the current franchise for what used to be the Houston Oilers. They moved to Tennessee, and they were the Tennessee Oilers and then the Tennessee Titans. Taywan Taylor, speaking of the Titans, that is numbered to 49. Nice 3-color patch with a big seam in it. Always like those. And Cubbies fan, I can tell you I did work out the cost on Impeccable Football, so that much I do know. We will be random teams. And of course, shipping and everything is included with it. And it's going to work out to be right about $50 a head. Completely random teams. And it's a full case, of course. As you know, like most of these products these days, I mean, those cases are just, the prices are just so high on all that stuff. I wish they would make it a little more affordable. But yet, if they made it more affordable, we wouldn't get the hits we wanted. So, you know, I guess there's always another way to look at things. I think the thing with that is going to be, I guess, a little bit of trial and error, especially this first time, as to how long will it take to sell all 32 teams, right? Because, I mean, that's, we don't want to get into something where it takes weeks upon weeks to sell them all. I mean, ideally, it would go up and be done like the same day or the following day, which is more easily done probably on Breakers TV, but I don't like Breakers TV particularly, so I have a tendency to, well, obviously, I have a tendency to not broadcast on there because here I am on YouTube, but, you know, I don't know. I may have to switch over and do some of that kind of stuff on there. Taywan Taylor for the Titans again. Second one for him, and that one is not as exciting as the patch we had on the last one, of course. So yeah, it's going to be really, it's just going to depend on how long it takes to sell through them all. Josh Malone to $3.99. So if I can get through them all, you know, say Friday night, I'd break into it Friday night. If they're not all gone until Sunday afternoon, then we would, you know, break it Sunday night, that kind of thing. So that's really what I'm leaning towards, just giving it a shot and figuring it out, and then we'll hope it goes quickly. But yeah, if you catch up with me at the end of the break, for sure, if you think you're not going to be around to catch when it goes on sale, I can absolutely, you and I can get that done now, and then you'd already be in with your spot, if that's what you want to do, which I think that's what you're saying there. Emmitt Smith to $3.99 for the Cowboys. Zach Cunningham for the Texans. That one is to $99, sticker auto. Here comes a little Mitch Trubisky. And that is to $49. Nice patch. Nice two, almost, I guess really three colors. You got a little tiny edge of it over there. So pretty much a three-color patch. And nice signature hit there as well for the Bears with the Trubisky. Well, are you saying Packers and Jags are who you have tonight, or you're asking me about Packers and Jags in the other break? Because in Impeccable, it will all be random teams. So basically, I would sell out the 32 spots, and then we would take everyone who was in it, and we would randomize them, and then however that list ended up, we would match it up, you know, then with the teams. So you don't know what team you would have ahead of time, in other words. So you might end up with, you know, the Texans or one of the hot teams or, you know, something like that. That's always the plan anyway. Oh, you're saying you do have Packers and Jags tonight. Okay. I saw some, I mean, obviously we've seen some base and stuff go through, but we haven't seen any hits yet for them, no. Try to conjure some up for you now. This is kind of an interesting case in that there were a ton of hits out of the first half of it, all for the Rams, and then we still pulled yet even more Rams in the second half. Oh, I hope this is going to be a signature. Kareem Hunt for the Chiefs. It's not numbered, though, which leads me to believe we may have material. Yeah, just the materials hit, but that is the man of the hour for the Chiefs. So hopefully we're going to also find you a signature in here somewhere. Marlon Mack for the Colts. Elijah Hood to $3.99 for the Raiders. That is to $99 on the Kelvin Benjamin. Yeah, I was having a hard time tonight. I was switching back and forth between the football game and the baseball game. It's hard when they go head to head, you know, like which one do you watch? We also hit a lot of him, I believe, in the first half of this case, and here he is again as well. So Samjay Pirine to $2.99. Nice two-color patch, and again, the auto made to look like a cut signature, which I think is pretty cool for the Redskins. Okay, Cubbies fan, that sounds good then. Yeah, just shoot me over a message and we'll get it sorted out for you tomorrow. I'm sorry again I didn't have it up for you tonight. As I said, I thought I was way ahead of the game tonight. I was all proud of myself for being early. Yeah, see how that turned out. Jeremy McNichols to $99 for the Bucks. Three-color patch, and this is black ink on the red background. So for it to be one of the super limited ones, it would need to be red ink on the red background. Of course, this one's still yet numbered to 99, but if we can find a red ink red background, we will be in even better shape. Jerry Rice to $3.99. Alex Smith to $10. Yeah, I think that's it. Does that say 10 or does that say 20? It does say 10 for the Chiefs. Little Paxton Lynch there. I'm going to move some of these over. I think that stack's getting a little taller than I might prefer. I was really kind of surprised at how little interest there was in this product. I kind of thought it was a pretty cool product. I mean, I know there's a decent amount of base in it, but the hits in it are pretty cool as well. And of course, the potential for bombs away hits, if we were to pull the right cut signature, is definitely there as well. But sometimes I think the newer products have a harder time getting a foothold than some of our more established ones that people are used to seeing year after year. All-American, you're looking for Lombardi, or you saw Lombardi come out in another break? I would love to pull you Lombardi for sure. as you can see, I just decided to open up all the rest of the packs. I guess you noticed that. I didn't really say that. I had been going a box at a time, and then I just decided, we're going to just take them all out at once. Just that way, once we're done with it, we're done with it. Looking for Lombardi. Yes, I agree. We could find that one. We would definitely be in the money if we can pull that one. I don't know. What's the score of the Eagles game right now? I don't know. I mean, Carson Wentz, I think he's solid. I know he's still going to have some little ups and downs, but I think he's going to be, long term, I think he's going to be good. And what little bit I saw of the game earlier, the Eagles and Panthers were kind of playing evenly. Oh, they're definitely not now. If it's 28-16, I'm assuming the 28 is the Eagles. Oh, yeah, they've blown that wide open then. Yeah, Carson Wentz is coming out pretty strong this year. And you know who else looks a whole lot better this year than they... I mean, Carson Wentz looked good last year too, but not as good as he's been this year. But Jared Goff with the Rams, better than I anticipated this year. Worse than I thought he would be last year, and then better than I thought he would be this year based on last year. So I guess sometimes they just have to find a rhythm. But I'm surprised that they were up by that much, because Cam was playing pretty well, actually, when I was watching earlier. And then I switched over to baseball, and then I came in here. And so, yeah, we know the rest of that story. We all know how that worked out. Kirk Cousins, and Kirk is to 99. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings. Poor guy out for the year. And he had such a nice, promising start to then have that happen. For the Browns, Matthew Days to 199. Oh, there's Aaron Jones to $3.99. Aaron Jones may turn out to be for real too. Let's go ahead and take our hit out of there. And it is for the Colts, Art Donovan. There we go. That is, I think that is 44 of 55, although whoever numbered these, sometimes I think their 4s look a little bit like it could be a 9. So it's either 44 or 49 of 55. Art Donovan cut signature for the Colts. Oh, is that who you have tonight, All-American? You've got the Colts? Well, then you have a nice, if the Colts are yours, man, you got yourself a nice little cut signature there. I know it is not, I know it's not Lombardi, but it's still always nice to have a hit, right? That's how I look at it. Raquan McMillan for the Dolphins. That one is to $199. Those are all sticker autos on the ones that have that card design. Oh, the Colts are not yours. You're liking the Aaron Jones. I gotcha. Jared Goff to 99. Yeah, there is a little bit of delay in chat, you know, from the time you guys type it in, the time it shows up on my side. I think there's like 30-second or so delay. Deshaun Kaiser for the Browns. Some dual materials for the Bills, Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas. And Thurman Thomas, his looks like that might be, let's see if this says game used. Yeah, so Jim Kelly is player worn. Thurman Thomas is game worn. I thought that looked like it had a little bit of sweat on it. So cool little hit for the Bills. Can't tell you how happy I am to have those little blank cards, those little decoy cards. I need those. That's to 99, Zach Cunningham. It's crazy how many of those you use in shipping stuff out. And, man, yeah, I ran through two big boxes of them quicker than I anticipated. Latavius Murray to 149 for the Vikings. So, of course, he was a Raider, if I'm remembering right, and moved over to the Vikes. So a little love for the non-rookies. Barry Sanders to 399 for the Lions. Mac Hollins for the Eagles. I don't know what is wrong with the lighting. I mean, everything is just off tonight, is it not? I mean, like, the lighting is weird. I don't know. And the lighting hasn't changed. It's the same every night. It's set up in the exact same spot every single night. But yet sometimes the lighting looks dark to me, and other times it looks fine. Deion Sanders to 399. Jake Butt to 399. And who have we here? A little Dak Prescott to 99. Golden Tate for the Lions. The material hit. Oh, James Harrison. I love me some James Harrison. Chris Godwin for the Bucks. You got a piece of material with a big wrinkle in it. Guess they didn't quite get that one flattened out before they got it put in the card. It's a $3.99 on Josh Malone. It's a $3.99 on the Elway. Little blank card there. Aaron Rodgers to 99. Tom Brady to 99. Ah, it was just the one card and I flipped the whole stack. Once again, those are a little taller than I would like them to be, so I'm going to relocate them. O.J. Howard for the Bucks. Now this, yeah, okay, so this is one of the ones I'm talking about with blue ink on the blue paper. Nice 3-color patch, but that is, oh, that is maybe, I got to think about this. I think that is to 10. Let me see if I can find it real quick. because I know that because the red on red, the green on green, and the blue on blue are the 3. I think the blue on blue was the 1 to 10, but hold tight for a minute. I'm going to see if I can find that. We'll go ahead and look at the rest of these while I'm waiting for the page to load. Another Earl Campbell. Once again, Oilers going to the Titans. And, all right, now my page is loaded, so let's see if I can find it. Come on now. Where did it go? All right, let me just get to the right article here. And it should tell me in here. Oh, there. No, still not there. NT, where did it go? Here. All right. Okay, so the red on red is 25. The blue on blue, which is what I thought, is to 10. And then the green on green is 1. So even though this doesn't say it is numbered to 10, there are only 10 of these that have the blue ink on the blue cardstock. And I'm trying to get back to chat. So if you were saying anything, I didn't see it there for a minute. So yeah, so that is to 10 on the O.J. Howard. And then we'll recap the rest of our hits here. Bucks had quite a few in there. And there's Latavius Murray. Actually, we'll keep our signatures over there and our materials in a different stack. Oh, All-American, you're out? Okay, man. Well, we will catch you next time. Thank you, as always, for coming over and hanging out with me and breaking with me. Art Donovan is our cut signature, numbered to 55 for the Colts. I know, of course, that said Baltimore Colts, but you guys know that the previous Baltimore Colts are the current Indianapolis Colts. The Baltimore Ravens are a completely different team, so that goes to the Indianapolis Colts, the cut signature. Nice little Mitch Trubisky for the Bears to 49. And if you guys want, if anybody wants a one-touch for anything that you pull in this or any other break that you do with me, just shoot me a message over on eBay, and I am always happy to do that at my cost for the case and to receive the PayPal payments. It usually ends up being around $3 a case, unless it's some odd size case, but generally speaking, it's in that range. And then finally, we have this group of signatures, which, of course, these are sticker autos on each of these. And that is what the back half looks like of Donruss cut signatures. So it is in the books. That's going to bring us up to our full case of 2017 Bowman Chrome. And I'm going to try to see if I can figure out why the lighting is so weird. And I'm adjusting, as you can see, I'm adjusting the camera angle, trying to figure out what looks like it's letting in more light. So maybe that will do it. Hopefully it will. And I just took us to a black screen because the spreadsheet was minimized. We'll try that one more time. So this is 12 boxes, a full case of Bowman Chrome Baseball. This is break number 7, so the 7th time we have, broken 20, I didn't put in 2017. I told you, man, guys, this has not been my night or my day or my week. This has been just one of those weeks. Let's try that again. 12 times 2017 Bowman Chrome Baseball, full case break number 7. And then, of course, same format with team names down the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. We had one unsold team in here, and that was the Detroit Tigers. Actually, I think there are two. I think maybe the Blue Jays were unsold as well. We scroll down here, we'll find out. Yeah, so two unsold teams, Blue Jays and the Tigers. Everything else that comes out for another team, of course, will ship out to you. If you happen to miss me saying it earlier, my anticipated shipping date for this is Tuesday. And if I can get it out to you faster than Tuesday, I absolutely will. But that is where I am anticipating that we will end up. And of course, each of our master boxes of Bowman Chrome has 2 mini boxes in it. And then each of our mini boxes will have a signature in it. So we're looking at a total of, should be a total of 24 autographs that we pull. And then we'll have all kinds of numbered parallels and things like that as well. And it takes a while to get all this stuff out of the wrappers and the packs and all that. So if you want to, you know, run off and watch the game or grab a snack or walk the dog or whatever, you probably got a few minutes while I'm getting all this stuff unboxed and all the cellophane off and all that stuff. There's a few more cases of this regular 2017 Bowman Chrome. I believe there's another one, if I'm remembering right. I think I already have another one listed to end tomorrow night, Friday night. Then on Sunday night, we'll be breaking the first of what Topps will alternately, you know, I mean, sometimes they call them jumbos and sometimes they call them HTA choice, but either way, I think we in general would consider them to be the jumbos. So Sunday is a case of the jumbos breaking, and then I don't think any of it breaks Monday. And then when we get to Tuesday, we'll be breaking another case like this. So Friday and Tuesday for regular, Sunday for jumbo. And then by the time we get to Wednesday, we will be getting in update. So Topps Update comes out Wednesday, and it will be, I think I got mostly jumbo cases of that. Maybe one case of regular wax and the rest jumbo cases of Update. And just because of the sheer volume of cards in those, which is just a tremendous number of cards, you guys probably know that. Series 1, Series 2, and Update, all of those have a substantial amount of cards. So because of the number of cards, I will most likely break that up into half cases. So that's probably what I will do. If I break it as a full case, then I'll probably not ship the base. It would just be then the inserts and the rookies and, you know, hits. But generally speaking, I do prefer to ship the base. So I will probably break that up into half case breaks. And we've got a tiny little bit of triple threads left, just one break left. I don't remember what night it ends, but I think it's pretty soon. And that is the last of it. Heritage Minor League comes out Wednesday as well. I haven't really thought about how I'm going to break Minor League Heritage either. It will be really hard to sort, I think, if I do it by the minor league team. So I may do that listed by, like, name. So it might be everybody whose, you know, last name begins with A as a category. Everybody whose last name begins with B as a category. So that might be how I list the Heritage Minor League. I haven't really quite decided that yet. Or we may just break it like normal, and I would take an extra day or two to ship it beyond normal because the sorting would be a lot longer process for that. Alright, so I think now we'll stop and at least take some of the cards out of the packs. And then we'll open up the rest of those mini boxes after we have a chance to flip through some of these. There will be a couple of series in here that will all be refractors. And that is Arizona Fall League. Every one of those that we see will refract, I believe. And ditto for the Bowman Scouts Top 100. Those tend to refract as well. We normally find one relic from Arizona Fall League, but in the last case, instead of finding the relic, we found a... Oh, I'm trying to think what the card set was called, and it's gone right out of my head. It was an autographed card with an inscription on it, but it had a... The card set has a name, which I'm just blanking on at the moment. So the last case, we found that instead of an Arizona Fall League relic. But we should, I think, find one or the other in this case as well. There are a few short prints in here. Photo variation short prints. We found them for Aaron Judge. We found them for Alex Bregman. I'm trying to remember if I found a Bellinger. I don't know if I found a Bellinger or not. I don't really remember it right offhand. And excuse me one second. I got to walk into the office and get that phone so it'll stop ringing. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Usually I'm done by this time of night, of course, so people, you know, wait to call me until about now. But given the fact that I had the fun little technical issue at the beginning, I did not get us started quite on time. So there you go. Anybody happen to know the score of Nationals Cubs? I'm assuming it's over by now. Poor Nationals just have the hardest time in postseason. Every year something terrible seems to go wrong for them in postseason. They'll look like they're going to be untouchable or something, and then something happens to them. Well, the good news is, even though this part takes forever, once we get started, we'll be able to look through most of it, half of the case or more anyway, before we have to stop and do it again. I guess that's the bright side. See, I did tell you you'd have time to walk the dog. I wasn't kidding. This takes forever. And there's no faster way to do it either. Whew. All right, we just have a few more to go before we can start searching to see what we've hit, or what we're going to hit. I'll move. Had all that stuff laying over there on my sorting mat and realized I probably needed to move it because there's going to be cards over there in a minute. All right, so this is about half of our case that is now at least out of the wrappers. So we'll buzz through this and then we'll have to stop and do the same process again for the other part of the case. This is one of the Arizona Fall League inserts that I referenced earlier. We'll find quite a few of those. Purple Shimmer Brent Honeywell for the Rays. The Purple Shimmer is not numbered ever, for whatever reason. And there is our Bowman Scout Top 100. That one will also be nice little multicolored refractor there for every card in the series. First hit out, Ryan O'Hearn for the Kansas City Royals, unnumbered. Forrest Whitley, that's just one of our standard refractors. Those are all going to be numbered to 499. Sixto Sanchez for the Phillies. That one is numbered to 150 with our blue parallel. Next out, we have a hit for the Twins, Luis Arez. That is also to 150. Herrera, refractor to 499. Torrey Hunter Jr. for the Angels. That one is unnumbered, but it is, yeah, I don't know actually why that one is unnumbered and the other blue ones are. Oh, because it's the 70th anniversary. The 70th anniversary are the ones that are unnumbered. There's a little Heath Quinn for the Giants to $4.99. Tuki Toussaint, Purple Shimmer for the Braves, not numbered. That kid's supposed to be pretty good. Of course, the Braves have like all, you know, 1,000,001. What is happening right there? Good prospects. He is just one in their long line. Lewis Brinson for the Brewers, unnumbered. Little Buster Posey refractor to $4.99 for the Giants. There's a Bellinger, just straight Bellinger rookie. Bobby Bradley for the Indians to $50 on the gold parallel. Still can't really believe that the Indians ended up losing after starting out 2-0, man. That has got to sting. Ah, a redemption for Christian Arroyo for the Giants. That's a nice hit. And an orange parallel, so an even nicer hit than we thought. That should be numbered to 25 when you get it. So sweet little hit right there for the Giants. And of course, you know me. I will go to the checklist and verify that it's the Giants at the end of the break, but I think we can all agree that it is going to be the Giants. Another Bellinger rookie. There's Runed to $4.99. Had to move all those little cardboard inserts that I was so excited to pull out of that other product because I'll use them for shipping, and I had them. I don't know why I stacked everything in the way tonight. I think mostly just because, as I said, it's been that kind of day, that kind of week, really. This is to $250 on the Albert Abreu for the Yankees. Diaz for the Dodgers to $4.99. That, I'm trying to think if that's what his regular card looks like. I guess it is. A little Tyler Glasnow to $99 in the green parallel for the Pirates. Trying to keep all the things in somewhat organized fashion over there, just in case someone says, hey, can you look at all the Fall League, or can you look at all the Bowman Scouts, or whatever in the recap. That's to $150 on the Josh Donaldson for the Blue Jays. So I kind of try to keep them together. Max Schrock for the A's, blue parallel to $150. Josh Hader, another hit for the Brewers. That one also unnumbered. Brian Anderson for the Marlins to $4.99. And if somebody does want to recap, you know, say all the Arizona Fall Leagues or all the Bowman Scout Top 100 or something at the end of the break when we recap our other hits, just jump into chat and let me know. I'm always happy to accommodate that. Garrett Stubbs for the Astros to $250. When we break our jumbo, which the first one will break on Sunday, there are more. I just don't have the rest of them listed yet, but they'll start showing up throughout next week. Of course, obviously the first one on Sunday, and then more throughout the week. Those are all hits in the jumbo, or HTA choice, as some people would call them. For the Dodgers in the green parallel to 99, green shimmer to be exact. So yeah, it's all hits in that HTA jumbo. No base cards. Nice little Benintendi short print. Not numbered, but that is definitely a short print. So it will be, I think, is it 36? I believe it's 36 autographs we'll have in each jumbo. There's a little Greinke to $4.99 for the D-backs. But it should be on the bottom of any of the things that I list on eBay. There's always a product description way down at the bottom, like at the bottom of the written description. If you scroll down, I always do a cut and paste of the manufacturer or some other industry source that outlines, hey, this is what's in this product. This is how many packs in a box, how many cards in a pack, how many hits, etc. That's always at the bottom of my listings in the description area. And it would say for sure how many there are, but I think it's going to be 36 autograph hits in that jumbo case. For the Cubbies, purple shimmer, unnumbered. David Fletcher for the Angels, unnumbered. Whoops, we had somebody, had Mike Trout stuck to the back of that Arizona Fall League. That is to $250, purple parallel, Mike Trout. I finally also got some of our autographed baseballs listed again. I've had them listed, and then I don't know, I somehow forgot I had the rest of them, and we didn't get the rest of them so, you know, broken. So now they're up for sale. Dugar for the Giants. Somebody actually sent me a message saying, hey, are you ever going to break any more of those? I'm like, yeah, I got to find them. Oh, Cubbies, look at you there. Nice hit with the Eloy Jimenez relic and on-card auto. I'm going to guess it's going to be numbered to 75. All these, nope, this one is to 150. Most of them have been, I think, to 75, but maybe I just dreamed that. This one is 109 of 150. Nice little relic hit for the Cubbies. That's a good one, guys. Miguel Gomez, Giants, unnumbered. Giants have had a pretty good amount. I think I'm going to set that relic in its own category. The Giants have had a pretty good number of hits. Or at least it seems like they have. It seems like I've said Giants a lot. Sierra, purple shimmer, Astros, unnumbered. Man, Kevin Kramer tried to jump ship, but we hung on to him. I stacked him in the wrong place after all that. Bryson Brigman for the Mariners. Banda for the Diamondbacks to $4.99. Diaz to $150 for the Cardinals. Anthony K. and Purple Shimmer, which I believe is going to be unnumbered. Yeah. Sanchez for the Rays, unnumbered. 70th anniversary parallel, of course. Rob, you said holy crap in chat. What was the what was the holy crap in reference to, my friend? You guys know it takes a little hot second for chat to come up. It doesn't come up instantaneously, so you put it in, but I don't see it for a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe the holy crap was for the Eloy relic, but I don't know for sure. So you'll have to tell me what you're saying there, Rob. Lamet for the Padres, unnumbered. There was an Aaron Judge just base rookie. Here is our case hit for refractors that never were. This one is, of course, for Pettit for the Yankees. That's always a fun little hit. All right, now we have another, now we've got another group of stuff that I've got to take all out of the mini boxes and the packs and all that. So now we have kind of another little intermission. You have time once again to make a snack run or a bathroom break or walk the dog or put in a load of laundry, whatever floats your boat, man. It'll take a while to get all these out again. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Rob. I always just kind of sort through them that same way. What is your preference in the way that I sort them? I am open to suggestions, Rob, so if you prefer to see them sorted differently, I am certainly willing to modify that if you let me know how you prefer it. In general, I don't like the stacks to get very tall, so that's kind of what you see me doing there is I stack them in the back, and then when the stack gets too tall, I put it over on the sorting mat off to the right. I'm sure you noticed that already, so... Alright, so this is the back half of our case, at least all now out of our mini boxes, so we're making progress. Now we have the unenviable task of getting them all out of the packs. mainly because it delays our gratification. Oh, Rob, to answer your question, I do all of I put everything in sleeves and top loaders and or one-touch cases if someone requests it at the end of each break. I don't typically do that as we go along. You know, they are always on a breaking mat. They're not ever off of a breaking mat. They're off to my right where I put them when that stack gets too high. Because I don't like that stack to get very high. Then, yes, I move them off to the right, but they're also mats over there. So they're never on any surface other than the mat. I'm not really sure what you mean by flip them over roughly, though. I really kind of only know one way to flip them over, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure how you're thinking that it damages them to show the back of them. But it shouldn't cause them any damage. Oh, I think we set those on there upside down. But yeah, in cards, you know, in breaks with this many base cards, if you didn't slide some of the cards, I mean, if you literally picked every card up and set every card down like one at a time with a set with this many base cards, which is a tremendous number of base cards, that would take probably 2 or 3 times as long as it takes to go through them by, you know, looking at them in groups. It's not really looking at them in groups, but I think you're referring to it as sliding them. I don't know if I've really, I mean, I do breaks with other people too. I buy into breaks. I don't really know that I've ever seen anybody do a break with this much base literally picking up each card individually one at a time without, you know, I'm sure there are people, I guess, you know, it sounds like that's what you're saying, that other people maybe do it that way, but yeah, I don't know. That's not, this is how I've always done it, man. But I do prepare them very carefully for shipping, and they are all taken care of with their top loaders and sleeves and one-touch cases and whatever is required right at the end of the break before I even get up and do anything else. So really shouldn't be any problems with them. I typically would point out if I see any factory damage out of a pack. I will normally note any kind of chipping or dings or imperfections that I notice. You don't find many of those in Chrome, though, honestly. This type of cardstock, it's rare to find, you know, imperfections out of the pack. Whereas with Panini, especially with Panini sticker cards, you often find chipping and all kinds of craziness right out of the pack, but not really so much the case with Chrome. All right, let's see who we have in the last half of this box, now that we finally have it all out. Another little Tukey Toussaint Blue Shimmer to 150. Anthony K for the Mets to 499. There's a nice little, I say nice little Joey Votto, but that's because I'm a Reds fan. I think all Joey Vottos are nice. I like Joey Votto. I like my poor Reds, even though they're terrible these days. Grayson Long for the Angels. Braden Bishop for the Mariners to 499. Jose De Leon to 250 in the purple parallel. Starling, you guys know I'm terrible with pronouncing the names. Harada, something like that, for the Dodgers. Green parallel for the Mets to 99. Another Aaron Judge base rookie. Purple parallel to 250 for the Astros. Luis Arez, or something closely akin to that. Hopefully closely akin to that. That's for the Twins. It's to 499. Keegan Aiken for the Orioles. That one is unnumbered. For the Cardinals to 499. Logan Ice for the Indians in the purple parallel to 250. Nice little Cody Bellinger in the blue parallel to 150 for the Dodgers. 1 second. I'm going to move the rest of these over. You guys know, well, you probably don't know, Rob, because you haven't broken with me before, you said, but these guys all know it makes me nervous when those stacks get too high. I'm always afraid that a box is going to fall over or something and crash into them, you know. So I kind of like to move them off periodically. Hunter Renfroe to $4.99 for the Padres. Franklin Perez for the Astros to $4.99. Miguel Cabrera to $2.50 for the Tigers. Purple parallel. Oh, Barry, do you have the Dodgers tonight? Was that your Bellinger that went through? To $1.50 for the Mariners. Blue parallel. Purple parallel for the Nationals. Unnumbered. A purple shimmer, I should have said. I sometimes forget to say the shimmer part. But it is a shimmer. For the Rays, unnumbered. And you know, is his last name pronounced Hugh? I'm not certain if it is or not. Oh, there's my little Cincinnati Reds rookie, Jesse Winker, to $4.99. Hi, Junior. How are you? Sanchez for the Rays, unnumbered. That was a Bellinger Arizona Fall League. For the Mets, unnumbered in the purple shimmer. Another Logan Ice for the Indians, that one unnumbered. Jacob deGrom to $2.50 for the Mets in the purple parallel. Jameson Fisher. And that is another that we will end up heading over to the checklist for. And I cannot remember who Jameson Fisher plays for. For some reason, I always blank out on Jameson Fisher. And we've pulled that redemption for him before. And I still can't manage to retain him. I always want to say White Sox, but I don't think that's right. But we'll go to the checklist and sort it out. That is unnumbered in the 70th anniversary blue parallel. This stack's getting high again, so I want to move it on to the sorting mat. Now we can start a new one, and I'll feel happier. Nick Banks for the Nationals. That is to $4.99. Purple shimmer. Dakota Hudson, unnumbered. Cardinals. Purple parallel to $2.50 for the Astros. He is a White Sox. Okay, so I was right then. For some, you know, I always think he's a White Sox, and then for some reason I talked myself out of it and thought I was wrong. But it doesn't matter. I always go to the checklist, even when it's Aaron Judge. I still, literally, even when it's Aaron Judge, I still go to the checklist on a redemption. It's just how I do it. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies to $4.99. Ho, 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 ho. Look here, kids. Unfortunately, it's a sticker auto instead of an on-card auto, but how about a little Bo Bichette on the Bowman Scouts Top 100 for the Blue Jays? Nice one. And a redemption for Mickey Moniak, which I believe is a Philadelphia Philly, if I'm not mistaken. But like the other two, we will roll over to the official Topps checklist at the end of the break and get those verified before we recap. Green Shimmer for the Orioles to 99 on the Keegan Aiken. Aroldis Chapman to 99 green parallel for the Yankees. This has been, I think this is, for hits-wise, this has been an unusually good case. I mean, pulling the Bo Bichette and the Christian Arroyo earlier, the Mickey Moniak. We've had some pretty good hits in this case. Orioles, Austin Hayes. That one is unnumbered. We had the nice short print of Benintendi. Villar to 499 for the Brewers. Austin Hayes in the blue shimmer for the Orioles to 150. Couple of nice little Austin Hayes there for the Orioles. Another Bellinger, just base rookie. All right, well, I'll just leave that. We've only got these few left to go, so my stack's not going to get that much higher until I move it. Daniel Gossett for the A's, unnumbered. Purple parallel for the Cubbies, Mark Zagunis to 250. Carlos Correa for the Astros to 499. Now I can move those over to our little sorting mat. And we got a couple little odds and ends chores to do here before we do our recap, and that would be our 3 redemptions. So bear with me, guys, while I pull up our checklist here and get these verified. I mean, again, you know, we kind of know who the teams are going to be, but this is just what I do. That's what it says in the description for all my auctions. It says that I go to the checklist and verify it, so I like to stick with that and go to the checklist and verify it, no matter who it is. Of course, we know that Christian Arroyo is going to be a Giant, but I'm just going to find him on here, and once I do, then we'll be good. What does this say? Chrome rookie autograph. All right. So it should be right there, and there he is, and he is, in fact, a Giant. Of course, that is inside of a sleeve. I'm not writing on your redemption card. I'm writing on the sleeve. And that leaves us with Jamison Fisher and Mickey Moniak. One of those is Chrome Sensation, and the other one is Chrome Prospect. There is Jamison Fisher, White Sox. Which I don't know why I always have such a mental block with him. Like I said White Sox, but then I thought I was wrong. And then someone said in chat, no, you're right the first time. Okay, well, sometimes, but in my head, I still think that I am wrong on those. And sure enough, there we have the Phillies for Mickey, which again, we kind of knew, but now it's all official-like, which is how I like to do it. So let's recap our hits here. We have our redemption for the Phillies, redemption for the White Sox, redemption for the Giants. We have our nice little relic here for Eloy Jimenez for the Cubs. That is to 150. Then we have our case hit, refractors that never were, for the Yankees. And where's the number on that? There it is, down the bottom, to 499 as well. Then our stack of autographs. And on these, of course, we've already read off the numbers for everything, so I'm not going to really read off the numbering again, but give everybody another chance to see it. That Bo Bichette, that is nice. I wish it was on card, though, but it is still a very nice little hit there. And, of course, on that Nick Banks, also, I would like to have pulled Robles. I really would. That would have been a nice hit if we could have gotten it. Of course, Bellinger would have been nice, too, but all in all, I would say we still had a pretty good case come through. There's our second Logan Ice, that one to 250. Of course, honestly, it's so hard to go wrong with Chrome because some of these kids, we look at them one way now, and in 3 or 4 years from now, or sometimes 5 or 6 years, we might have the next Mike Trout or the next Aaron Judge, and we just don't know it yet. So it's kind of hard to judge Bowman Chrome on the face of it, other than obviously our top flight rookies. You know, those guys we know up front if we're hitting or not. But on a lot of the other kids, especially the first Bowman kids, it's too soon to know whether or not we've hit the jackpot on many of them. You're saying, what are you asking me about the Aurora? You asking about the redemption, Barry? And that is the last of our autograph hits, and of course our relic, our case hit of the refractor that never was, and our redemptions. Now, if you guys want to look through the plain refractors, or if you want to look through any of the numbered parallels, Arizona Fall League, Bowman's Top 100, all those we can roll through here if anyone wants to do a recap of them. I mean, they're stacked in those groups already. I just don't normally recap them unless one of you guys wants to. Oh, Barry, you're saying you think the Aurora is the best hit out of the case? I don't know. I think that Eloy auto relic to 150 is going to be pretty nice. But, yeah, I mean, the Aurora to 25, it is hard to argue with that. I'll grant you. That's a pretty solid hit. It definitely is. And Junior, yeah, man, we didn't pull a lot of Rangers in that one. Obviously, I'm sure you have some things in. I don't remember all of the parallels that we pulled. I'm sure that there's probably something over there in some of the parallels for you. But I know that wasn't a. You didn't get a lot for the Rangers out of that. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes it works out that way. Yeah, well, there were not a lot of parallels in the autographs tonight. I'd say, obviously, the Aurora being the best. You know, it was to 25, and then we had a couple of blue ones, maybe a purple one in there, but not any gold parallels in the autos tonight. But overall, I think a strong group of autos with the Aurora and the Mickey Moniak and the Bo Bichette. I mean, we pulled some high-profile names out of here tonight for sure. I have not been averaging 4 to 5 gold and 2 orange for sure, Junior. And this is like my 7th case of this. I at no point have I averaged. If you're talking autos, now if you're talking color, all types of gold parallels, not just gold autograph parallels, then yeah, maybe something more like 3 or 4 of those. I have not been averaging. I've not been averaging 2 orange a case either, actually. So, yeah, I definitely have not been, especially not in autos. In fact, trying to think, that Aurora may be, that, well, it's probably not the only orange, but it's one of very few orange auto parallels that I've pulled. So I don't know. I mean, maybe a couple of less gold parallels than we would normally hit. Not necessarily in autos, but just in general. But the other cases have not had Mickey Moniak, and they've not had Bo Bichette, and they've not had Christian Aurora. So, I don't know. I think it all kind of all evens out at the end of the day. But for sure, there's definitely some variation. Only thing we know for certain is we will have a refractor that never was, and we will for certain have an autograph in every mini box. And I would have said for certain a relic, but we did have one case where a relic was subbed out for one of the cards that had an inscription auto in it instead. So yeah, you never know what you're going to pull out of there, but that's part of what makes it fun, I guess. So guys, as always, I thank you so much for breaking with me, bidding with me, hanging out with me in chat, keeping me company and all that stuff. I appreciate you very much. And if you happen to miss it earlier, shipping, I do anticipate this stuff to get out the door on Tuesday. And if I can get it out the door sooner, I absolutely will. But that's kind of, I think, my most realistic projection at this point. And so that is it for me tonight, guys. Thank you again. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.